Welcome back to Happy Little Note Trees. In the community section, I shared a photo, asking people if they wanted to see a short film that I made on the channel, and so I have added it to this video. I also asked if you wanted to see this really cool, complex node graph that I made. However, that was for a different project, but I did do something similar in this project that I can share with you. And we're just going to walk through what that was and how I did it and everything like that, because we're just going to see that, yeah, here is our footage that we're working with. And we're going to take me and put it in the screen and everything like that. So just going to kind of walk through making how to make that a happy little note tree. So we're actually going to just make that into a new Fusion clip right there. And we'll go into Fusion like so. That's how you go into Fusion right there. And then it's going to yell at me because I was working with a setup that was not the same. Setup, layout presets, Fusion presets, default. Switch that around, and then yeah, it's generally right around there. If I hit a merge node, I usually know where it is in a merge node. So we have our footage set up like that. We're gonna just put in a merge node. Yeah, that's generally where it's at. We'll put in a background so we know what our footage is going into. It's just a dropped background. Boom, like so. So yeah, this footage, this clip, it zooms in, things are happening, that's cool. We're just gonna take it and we wanna track where that screen is. So we're gonna just transform it, just to size it up to what we want. Our finish, not that. We're going to just size it up like so. Just see, oh, I should show you guys what we're looking at. Yeah, so transform, bring it down. We're looking right at the screen right there. It's going to zoom in to that point. We just want that finish sizing. Sorry about my little sniffles. I want the screen to be fully displayed on that last frame, because after this we won't be using the computer anymore. We'll just use how we create the screen to amplify. Come on. What we're doing. So now we have that. Kind of where I want it. This is how we want it to finish on the frame. Like that. So then we're going to go with planar tracker. And we're going to just go boop. And we're going to pick a frame somewhere around here. Let's just bring this down here. Give us a little space to work. So planar tracker will go to the middle frame. And we can kind of see the computer's going to push in and jiggle a little bit all the way to where we want it. We're going to just draw our initial box right around these corners, right like this. And so with the planar tracker, we're going to set that. We're going to be mostly concerned with translation, rotation, and scale. And so then we're going to just track that forward. And it's going to do its thing. It's going to pick out spots on the computer screen. So as we zoomed in, blip, 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 blip. And then we hit go. And we're going to go back to our starting spot. And we're going to track backwards. And just make sure that, yeah, it looks like it's doing its thing. Doing a good job. Right right like so. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a planar transform. Right like so. Computer track, and we'll just call that what it is, computer track. Computer track trans. And we're going to bring in another background node just to give us this, and we're going to go with polygon tool. Yeah, well, what we can do is a rectangle like this and kind of just set it. We'll go back to our planar tracker. So looking at this footage up here, go back to the planar tracker and tell it go. So we're on our keyframe, and we're just take this rectangle. And we're going to just size it up to the size of the computer screen that we're going to replace. Like so. Center the screen, kind of bring it in, bring in the edges. Yeah, right that. And then corner radius, kind of hit that. Nice and rounded. And just get it generally where's we want it. So right on the edge of reason. And because we have this computer track, we can plug this into here and into here, and we can say just tweak a little high up there. We want to bring this down just a notch, and we'll probably just rotate. It looks like it's a little off kilter. And maybe center it just around there. Yeah, and then we can play through and kind of just see how well it sits on that footage. And it should sit pretty well because our track for our planar tracker was sized and scaled based off of our start and finish point. And it's going to come out, you can see, all the way out to the end. And that just double checks that. So now we know that track is pretty good. It does what we want, and it puts it where we want it. So now we can actually tell it reverse, apply mask inverted. And so now we have a black screen. We can give this a little soft edge. Right like so. And so you can see now we have our blacked out background. And that is what we're going to pump into our merge node. Now, whatever we do, wherever we go, it's going to do whatever we want underneath it. So if we go here and we change this background to a color, oops, I got a 3, 2. So if we change this background to a color, you'll see that the background changes, like so. So now we can do fun things like make our own background for back there. So this is actually a fun little way to do this. We can go with this. We're going to make this a slightly yellow toned color. Let's just pick something along the lines of here. Just a bright yellow. And we're going to put that over a black background, like so. And we're going to go with a fast noise into here, like so. And we're going to bring up our fast noise, and we're going to bring up our yellow background over here and here. And you can see that up on the main monitor as well, so you can see it big. And we're going to tell our fast noise not to lock the AYZ. We want to stretch lines like so, like scan lines. We're going to seize this, and we're going to bring up our brightness so that those lines are faint. We're going to bring in some contrast. Yeah. We'll bring in an extraordinary amount of detail. So now we have a lot of lines going all over the place. We can see that over our black background, and we press play. If we scrub through, you see that those lines are moving around there. And we can actually, bring up, what else have we got going on in our fast noise? So we can invert it if we want, or we can make it discontinuous and kind of see what that does. Yeah. I like that. Crank that Caesar right up a little bit. So it's got some movement to it, So that is now going to get piped in as the background to our footage. So if we go back to our footage, all the way over here, we can see it is now in our computer screen, like so. It's a little bright. We'll deal with that at the end. Oh, that feels good. So one thing that we're going to want to do is we have our footage going in here. We're going to want to set everything we do apart so that what we make, this is actually fine because this is just a background. So what we make in between is going to be like that. And so we'll just go and bring in another background. Oops. Like so. And now we want text to come over it. Like so. So now we're going to work with our text. And so there is a font. You can find it. I think it's on GitHub called Consola. So this would be Consolas as our text. And we're going to go, I already did this. Let's see here. Let's take this text. Control C. I'm going to go up to the clip we're working on. And kind of take a look and see at this. That is huge for our text node. We're going to want to put that, make sure that we're positioning that in our screen so that it all fits. We're going to give this font, make this font blue so it contrasts with that yellow, like so. And then we're going to go with, we're going to shrink it down so it should all fit in this computer screen. So we're going to go with the planar tracker. We're going to go back to our home set right here. And we're going to just tell that text that we're here. Boom. And now we have text on our screen where we want it. And I believe it's all of it. It does not have the personal log, which is fine because we use that. We technically don't need that. So this is just the boot up sequence anyways. Boop. Uh-oh. So this, we don't need that in the screen, the personal log. And now we have that, and we're looking at that. We're going to just bring up our layout and just bring up our position so it's in the center like that. Like so. There you have it. We're at this point now. We're going to take a little break. Actually, I'm not going to take a break. I'm going to keep working, but I'm going to make this video stop. So what we did was we took our footage. I introduced this entire topic, and we added, we knocked out the background of our computer screen. we tracked our computer screen, we sized our computer screen, and then we built a scanline fast noise background on the monitor, and now we're adding text to that as well. So the next video will probably be linked here when it's released. So if you like, subscribe, do all those other YouTube things, what we're going to do next is make this text pop up in a unique, cool fashion.